Aaron, another solid team win. Just what impressed you most about the way your team once again grinded?
Yeah, everyone kind of grinded. You know, we've talked a lot about it's going to take everyone, especially early. That was certainly the case. Carlos held the line. I thought his stuff was really good. You know, he had to kind of battle with them. They were giving him tough at-bats all night. And then everyone kind of stepped up in the pen when you're staying away from a couple guys. Kind of gritty at-bats. You know, love the Volpe walk to get the one rally going, and then the Rizzo in the big inning, the little flare off the lefty, and then, you know, just kind of, you know, took advantage of some mistakes on the other side and were able to tack on. So another good night. What
do you think it's been for Oswaldo Cabrera? Another nice night offensively for him. He's really clicked in the first two games, even going back to spring training, though.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, what can you say? He's delivered in these first two games. You know, he's been right in the middle of everything. And, you know, it's so good to see him swinging the bat like this and contributing offensively like this, because then he becomes so valuable. So happy for him. I know how hard he works. You guys know what just an awesome kid he is. So it's great to see him, you know, getting some fruits, reaping some benefits from a lot of the hard work he's put in the last few weeks.
Soto there.
He kind of twisted his ankle on the bag on the fly out. So
he's okay.
I think he's okay. Yeah.
Carlos's.
I thought his stuff was outstanding. I thought he got in some trouble with some they got. You know, some of his two-strike pitches were probably too good of pitches, and they battled some tough at-bats. But then because his stuff was so good, he was able to make some big pitches to get some big outs when he did have that inevitable traffic that was on there against him. So I thought the stuff was really good. I thought the compete was really good, and you know, add it all up, and, you know, only 4 1/3, but held the line there for us and gave us a chance to crawl back in.
So what do you mean by two good pitches, 2 strikes? Does that mean
I thought maybe they hit some balls with 2 strikes that were probably, you know, some mislocations into some spots they can handle, and, you know, so that's where, you know, he got some of the hard contact, but I thought he threw the ball really well.
Where was his command today versus like where it could be if he was really dominant?
Yeah, I think that's the next level. When you start seeing him dial in that command with the stuff he was featuring tonight, then you know, he's going to have some dominant outings. It was really good to see him firing like that. I thought his rhythm and pace was really good, and I thought his compete was really good.
So much of Oswaldo's success has been with 2 strikes also. What does that tell you?
Yeah, you know, that's something that stood out to me in the first few weeks of spring and even last year. Like, some of the at-bats where he'd have good at-bats and he'd get to that 3-2, you know, he'd chase or something and not finish off the at-bat. I feel like that's been a big area of improvement. Like, he's staying relaxed in those 3-2 counts when he does work a big count. You know, he's not chasing, and that's so critical. You know, you got to win those at-bats, and he's done a good job with that.
Carlos got through those threats with a rookie catcher back there. How much credit does Wells get for helping him out tonight?
Yeah, I mean, Carlos and all our staff, for that matter, have a ton of confidence in Austin, as do we. Like, when he's back there, you know, as great as Trevi is, when Wells is back there, you know, I feel like we're in totally good hands. And yeah, pretty good. Another great defensive play. How many hits he get tonight? 3 and a walk. Yeah, sign me up for that. Yeah.
I know Oswaldo's worked on simplifying his approach at the plate. Do you feel like that's just allowed him to be more of a contact hitter?
Yeah, I think he's worked hard on that, on controlling the flight of the ball. You know, you hear me talk a lot about not putting your pitch on the net, you know, like where, ooh, you have a good swing and you're on it, it seems like, but you foul it off. He's doing a better job when he gets his pitch, putting it on the line. And that's critical in the big leagues. You know, you get your pitch to hit because they're so good pitching against you. You get a pitch to handle, you gotta make your money there.
If it's a 2-1 or 3-1 game in the 9th, who's closing?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Clay.
Clay was, you would have used him back.
I would have used Clay back-to-back, yeah.
Is it especially nice to get the 2 wins here in Houston against this team in 7-time ALCS?
Look, anytime you come in here and you play that team over there, you know how good they are and what they're capable of. So, yeah, anytime you earn a victory here, it's it's satisfying, but it's also we're into the 162 now, and you try and rack them up as much as you can.
Peter gets his feet wet on pressure situation, but what do you think of his outing?
I loved it. 3 pitches. Welcome to the big leagues, Altuve, Rodón, and Tucker. Yeah, pretty good.
What stood out most for him to have this spot on this team right now?
Just throwing strikes, because his stuff plays. He's got deception and he's got really good stuff. He threw strikes better this spring to a point that we trusted him in that role.
Rizzo really pays attention, doesn't he? I mean, he barely moved towards second. Rodón, right?
Yeah, I mean that's Riz. Riz loves to play the game within the game. He's really good at that. So those are the things he always notices.